let's talk about the King's Affirmation.
Yes.
All right. In this segment, I like talking about like the brink of your breakout moment, or your breakout moment as it is essentially the brink of, you know, you reaching a new milestone in the cultural status, I guess, whatever. But regardless, I was introduced to Iniko through the King's Affirmation on TikTok. Damn it, we gotta say TikTok with everything these days. But I mean, I was.
Listen.
And I remember being like, dang, who is this feeling like this about their self? And like everyone else is catching on. So I'm like, oh wow, I guess, you know, it's a cool thing to affirm yourself now. And not to say I thought it was not cool, but it was just something that I think you experience in your own spaces, in your own time, or you're just strong. I don't want to say strong enough, but like you become more self-aware to be able to tend to yourself in that type of way, to give yourself these affirmations. I didn't even know what affirmations was or were until I guess this journey of self-care and self-discovery and whatever. But even still, my affirmations were sticky notes on my vanity, in my whatchamacallit. It wasn't through a song I heard or reels or videos I heard on TikTok. And so I think it kind of like made a lot of people feel a little more safe, and not safe, but a little bit more, it felt like affirmations were an accessible thing. It wasn't something you had to go heal for. Like, no, just turn that on right now.
Literally,
and you'll feel it, you know?
As you were talking, what came to mind was the fact that like everything you say is an affirmation. Everything you think is an affirmation. And when you start to think, when people start to realize that, that's when we realize how important words are to your reality, really, or the reality that you are choosing to accept, that you're choosing to see. And you can really limit yourself out, you know, outside of all the social and societal restrictions that we essentially I don't want to say we don't have control over, because like anything is possible. We are as powerful as we say that we are. But outside of that, like knowing that it is the words and the thoughts that shape the things that happen around you, that's true power. That's true greatness. And that was really, I guess, the core of why I made the King's Affirmation. It came about because I had experienced some cyberbullying for the first time online, and not the first time, but it was like an influx of it. And I think cyberbullying is like not a great word for it. It was more so erasure. I was feeling erased. I was feeling like people were, you know, I mean, that's what's happening, because we always have a choice when it comes to what we do and what we don't do. It was a point where one of my videos went viral. It wasn't the King's Affirmation, clearly it wasn't out yet. But one of my videos went viral. Like somebody posted it on their story, like somebody famous, I think. I don't remember. But usually when that happens, just in general, like I'll get like an influx of followers that don't know me. You know, I don't expect these people to know me. But it was really hard. It's always hard when people refer to me outside of who I am and what I am. And it's essentially a part of this. It's not something that I can essentially escape. However, you know, social media in general, like the way that's set up, like having an influx of so many people speaking about you, but it's not you. Like it's this perception that they have of you. So being, you know, referred to it in that way, you know, people saying she, her, oh my God, like she's a queen, she's a goddess. Look at this gorgeous woman. Like, wow, like you are what we need for the females, like the female this and it was, wow, when that happens, when I experience it, when it is said to me and about me, it feels like, you know, that moment where somebody says something to you that hurt like, and it, like your gut drops, like that feeling, and it kind of makes you want to cry.
Just cringed a little bit.
I feel that every day. Just because, you know, I can't not be on social media, because social media is a medium and I have an intention for it, to reach people. Like that's it. It doesn't matter who. And so that's why I always remind myself of that when those things happen. But at the time it was extremely triggering, and something had happened where I, you know, because it was so many people, I was like, oh, you know, I'll just make a post about it, just letting people know like what my pronouns are and that I'm genderless and that, you know, I'm really excited for the journey and stuff. And somebody reported it. They reported the post. And
you report that? What is the report for?
They reported it for nudity and sexual content. And Instagram took it down, and it's still affected my account to this day. Like it, you know, like algorithm wise, like I think like my account has been like forever flagged. Shadowed. Yeah, in that
shadows,
way.
Whatever they call it. Yeah.
Shadow banned.
Shadow ban, yeah.
And it was really hard for me. I'm like tearing up thinking about it now, like because it reminded me of everything that I had to go through when I was growing up. Like it was like, wow, here I go again. Right. All of these people telling me who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be. Wow. And I took a break from posting for like, I want to say like about a week or so. And I spoke to my therapist. Thank God for her.
Oh, shout out to therapy.
Hello.
I'm still trying to get back into it.
Shout out for real. Cause wow. What? I spoke to my therapist. And you know, my remedy for experiencing these things is to transmute it into song. And I wasn't even gonna make the song, but then something else happened on Twitter where people were saying that, no lie, they were like, wow, nobody's ever gonna want to listen to you. Like, this voice makes me want to kill myself. That's crazy.
Who said?
I don't know. It was a couple of people though. It was enough people. Like, so there's this thing on Twitter called Spaces. Or something.
They were talking about you in a space, so like Clubhouse. But
yeah,
like
so they had like there was a space where they had like, you know, the people were singing, and I was like, oh, I want to sing. I just, you know, sometimes I just be wanting to sing, and I did. I don't think I did bad. I thought it was pretty good. But apparently a lot of people did not like it and decided to share that online. I think that's very interesting too, because it's like y'all are hashtagging this like. I'm gonna see this. And I understand that like, oh, you know, there's people like, oh, well, it's the internet. Like you shouldn't be on the internet if you're sensitive in that way. No, you guys are just so far removed from like humanity and the fact that people feel things, like the fact that like the things that you say have repercussions. On top of that digital footprint, the shit is here forever. It's never going away. And on top of that, it's like a list, you know, when you're scrolling, you're seeing all of that. So that overwhelmed me and I was triggered. It was a lot. I ended up, that's how I wrote it. It was like my response to all of that. And it was my sister, here we go, she's back, Akela. She came in and she was like, what if you did a rewrite to Do We Have a Problem by Nicki Minaj featuring Lil Baby. And that's what I do on my page. I'll do like different rewrites and reimagines and stuff. And I was like, are you sure? Like, is that... This dude's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I reproduced it, the whole beat and stuff, and something was missing for me. And before I started writing, I added like the oh that's in the beginning of the King's Affirmation before the words start. And then I just looped that and I heard the like the melody came first. And then
that just came to you.
Yes. Then the words started to come. Like it was like hitting me in the back of my head. And that was it. And I recorded it. Like I laid it down, and that was like the first like version of it. It's not up anymore, but that was the first version that I had done. And like it went like a little viral, like got like 20,000 likes or something like that. Okay. And then
that's enough now.
Right. It was something. And I didn't really revisit it, but I would listen. I realized I would listen to it on my phone. Like I would be listening to it over and over again on my own time. And something told me like one day to just put on some makeup and just sit on the ground and sing it a cappella. Like don't do anything. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I guess I'll just do this. Let's see what happens. And I did it.
Reach the folks.
I did one take, and then I hated it. And I was like, I'm just going to post it.
Yeah,
whatever.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, you did. But like, I was like.
Just to be fair, that's me all the time.
Okay.
Like with everything. I'm just like, wow, this can be better. Maybe if I, but it was also late. I was like, I'm tired. So I just posted it and I didn't check it. Like, that's what I do when I post things. I'll just post it and then run away. And I went to sleep. And then I woke up and my phone was like blowing up. I could not understand what was going on. I was like, why is there so many notifications? Because it wasn't the first time that I'd had a viral video. Like it's happened many times actually, but this was the first time that it happened so fast. And it was like so many people. And I was like, what is going on? And people started duetting and like just seeing
already
the way
after one. That's crazy.
Yo, it's fast, like so fast. And I was like, wait, hold on. This means I have to finish the song because I knew, I already knew what was happening. So I literally I wrote the second verse really fast. And then I just sent all the stems and everything to Akela. And no lie,
she does that too?
She is okay.
Akela is a one-stop queen. Okay.
Nah, so I sent the stems to her, but her fiance and my soon-to-be brother-in-law, he's my engineer, mixer, producer, all that stuff. So I was essentially sending it to him, but she also produces as well. Just if we're just getting that out there.